Welcome and welcome back to Podcast. Today we're going to be going over the book that stayed on our mind in February after we read it. So grab a drink and a snack and we'll be here waiting for you. Okay, guys, so February was a pretty good month for both me and Collette. I had
Mhm.
4 5-star reads. She had her first 5-star read of the month, and we read some
Yeah.
pretty yeah. The books that we read in February, mine, it was hard for me to pick the book to talk about today. And this
Yeah.
is just a book that just stayed on our mind. We enjoyed, we loved, and me and Collette collaborated for quite a bit trying to figure out what book we were going to pick for this month because we read some pretty good
Yes.
books in February. So, Collette, what's the title of your book?
So I'm going to talk about Demon's Dream by Elle Kayson. In case you don't know, she will be at Black Romance Book Festival. So let me just read the synopsis for you, and then you can hear what I thought. Demon Montana, clawing my way from this is his perspective. Demon Montana, clawing my way from the depths of hell to haunt the nightmares and steal the lives of many. I earned the name Demon. Hardened by a life that no one should live, I had rules that governed my existence. No caring, no intimacy, no love. And then I saw her, Dream, beautiful, brave, bold. And for 30 days, she was mine. I would follow my rules, have her body, ignore her heart. Then she looked at me like she knew me, like she saw me, like she loved me. And I knew 30 days and I knew 30 days weren't nearly enough. And then we're learning from Dream Castle's perspective. It says, brilliant and badass, I was my family's fixer. I was the queen of negotiating and smoothing ruffled feathers. I had never met a situation I couldn't talk us out of until my brother crossed the wrong family and they would accept only one payment for that debt, me. For 30 days, I was supposed to give myself to a man so brutal they called him Demon. I had to follow his rules, honor his demands, be available to him only. When I met him, he had nightmares in his cold green eyes and an enemy's blood splattered on his hard inked body. How could I survive a month with a monster without losing myself? Except those eyes seemed to thaw a little each time he looked at me, and his chiseled body fit perfectly against mine. There was so much more to the enigma called Demon, so many things that made him my Damien. Suddenly, the only thing I was worried about losing in 30 days was my heart. Tell you about the store.
Tell me.
Demon is unhinged, okay? He needs therapy. He didn't want to go to therapy because, who likes therapy, right? He had a very traumatic childhood. He didn't know how to talk to people. I don't want to give away too much. He didn't know how to talk to people. He had one friend literally from childhood, which was a girl that lived on the same street as him, and he would get beat up a lot as a kid. Like his mother was hoed out by her boyfriend. He was her pimp, and he would just beat on him all the time. So she would help him get him, bandage bruised up. She would feed him and his little sister because he had a little sister as well. And then he becomes an adult. And the relationship with his mother, I felt like was I like the way that the author dealt with it. He could never forgive his mother. And I know a lot of people want to, but that's your mom and you have to work through. No, F that. Sometimes,
Accountability needs to be taken before that can be healed.
but not even accountability. Sometimes I can forgive you and not want to deal with you at all.
Correct, absolutely.
And I don't think he ever forgave her. I think for him it was more understanding. He saw what happened and how she got to where she was, but it was just like I could never have a kid. As hard as I am, I'm a contracted killer. I don't like nobody. I don't love anyone. He was like, if I had a kid, I could never put my child in any type of situation like that. And when he meets Dream, who went to college, and I want to say she went to like Penn State or something. She went to a really prestigious college. She learned how to create like shell companies and things because her dad is a drug runner, not a drug runner, a gun runner. So he traffics guns between different cartels and all of that. And so she learned how to create shell companies and fix things. That was like when she says she's a fixer, she means that like she really was always called in for the big things that they could not figure out. And her younger brother, who God, I hated him. I just wanted him to die. Anyways, her younger brother decided he wanted to fall in love with this cartel drug dealer's daughter. And they ran off and eloped, even though she was engaged to someone else. He had her engaged to, they have this thing in their society, ring, whatever, with all of the men, the drug dealers, the gun runners, all of them. Women are for sale, even if they're the daughters. Your goal is to preserve your purity so we can get you with another family and kind of like build that up. That's their whole thing. So when he ran off with old girl and married her, got her pregnant, he was like, well, I need a daughter for a daughter. And that's how Dream comes in, and she has to be Demon's concubine for 30 days, so to speak. And it progresses from there. I like their development. It wasn't the only thing instant was the attraction. They didn't like one another. The way they spoke to one another, the way they handled one another, it grew into that. And I like that story. The thing that irritated me the most was that he really didn't start going to therapy until like 80% of the book. And that was after she left. Something happened and she left. He couldn't even find her. And then it's like, I went to therapy. I'm a better person. You should love me. Should I? Like, he did a lot of effed up things. He's just, oh, this guy was talking to Dream, who is not my girlfriend, who I say I don't like, but I really do like her, but I'm not going to tell her I like her. And so I'm going to kill the guy. I need you to use your words, sweetheart. What is happening? It was a lot. It was a lot. But that book, I reread it so many times because I was just like, I don't understand. It wasn't even a reread because I enjoyed the book. It was like the shit stayed on my mind. I was like, I need someone else to read it. I tried to convince Liz to read it. Liz was like, hell no.
You get me on a lot of books, Collette. Sometimes you just have to accept that. I might not just read one. It just sounds like a lot. I feel like
it was a lot.
It would emotionally. I get attached to characters, and
yeah,
oh,
it was a lot.
Maybe in the future. It sounds great though. Like it sounds great. I'm just protecting my emotional state.
I understand. I gave it a 3.75, but only because the sister, she also has Dream has a sister, and we get her love story too. And I just felt like that could have been a separate book. I didn't need her love story.
Yeah, I remember you
in this book. I just felt like that was overkill for me. Because then it was 750 pages. It could have been 400.
And you could have had 2 books.
But there you go. What's your book, Elizabeth?
My book is Snake Eater by T. Kingfisher. T. Kingfisher came to me through Collette from Carrie Can Read on YouTube. I love T. Kingfisher. This book was such a beautiful breath of fresh air. Now, this is a book that I did soft DNF a few months ago and I came back to. So if you feel like something's not for you, put it to the side, give it another chance later down the road. You never know. Now, let me read the synopsis for you guys so you have an idea of what this book is about. So, okay. With only a few dollars to her name and her beloved dog Copper by her side, Selena flees her past in the city to claim her late aunt's house in the desert town of Quartz Creek. Pause. I just want you to know, this is where book descriptions kind of F up because she didn't go to claim her late aunt's house. She went to get away from a situation that she was in. And when she got to the town to visit her aunt, is when she found out that her aunt passed away. So to me, that's a little misleading, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the scorpions and spiders are better than what she left behind. Because in Quartz Creek, there's a strange beauty to everything, from the landscape to new friends, and more blue sky than Selena's ever seen. But something lurks beneath the surface, like the desert gods and spirits lingering outside Selena's house at night, keeping watch, mostly benevolent, says her neighbor, Grandma Billy. That doesn't ease the prickly sense that one of them watches too closely and wants something from Selena she can't begin to imagine. And when Selena's search for answer leads her to journal entries that her aunt left behind, she discovers a sinister truth about her new home. It's the haunting grounds of an ancient god known simply as Snake Eater, who her late aunt made a promise to that remains unfulfilled. Snake Eater has taken a liking to Selena and an obsession of sorts that turns sinister. And now that Selena is the new owner of his home, he's hell-bent on collecting everything he's owed. Okay, Collette. Wait. Tell me that doesn't sound like a recipe for a great book.
So he's stalking her?
No, so basically she gets to the town. She's like, "Hey, I want to see my aunt." And the lady's like, "Oh my God, I am so sorry, but your aunt is dead. And I'm the mayor and the fire person and the post office worker," because it's a small town like that. Yeah. So she's like, "You can stay at your aunt's house." And when she gets there, everything's fine. She meets Grandma Billy. Grandma Billy shows her the ropes of the town. And then she finds out that her grandma changed the name of the house. So the house is like on his, so every god has like an area, and the house is in his area.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's other gods. Like, for instance, Grandma Billy teaches her the ropes, like I said, because she has to become self-sufficient. She doesn't have any money. She shows up to town with like $27, and she has to feed her and this dog. So Grandma Billy kind of becomes, well, the whole town kind of becomes her crutch, because in this town they do like at the church they do like a dinner where everybody goes, and it's a free dinner. Everybody, you know. So she's able to, you know, survive, and she finds community here. She finds herself here. She finds her voice here, all while so in the house, she feels like, because there's a doll.
Like an
And
Annabelle?
kind of, but it's not possessed or anything. So it's, I mean, not that I read, maybe I missed something, but it isn't. Nothing creepy happens with the doll. But in the house, she does start to have dreams that feel real and might even be real. And it's with the Roadrunner man, because he's a god. So he might be an animal, but he can also be in human form.
So this is the first season of what's that one show on FX? That haunted show? You don't know the show? You don't know the show, Liz?
I think I know it. I can't. American Horror Story.
American Horror Story. So it's like that?
No, because he's not a god. But kind of, I mean, no, because there's not a lot of interaction in the dream state.
Okay.
Yeah. She just, there's like 2 or 3 dreams, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I really enjoyed this one because it had the magical factor.
Yeah.
The way that she was able to find herself, the community that she found, the love, you know.
Yeah.
And
Wait, she finds love
within like the community and stuff. Look at you. Look at you. You're like, definitely reading it.
Yeah, I sure was. Let me go ahead and move that up.
There is like a type of romance, but yeah. Yeah, no. So anyways, so she gets the house. Grandma Billy takes her under her wing and teaches her how to like plant vegetables and stuff. She's like, you could do this and you can sell it and make money. And even though this community is super welcoming, she still struggles with her social anxiety. And she's like, I'm overstaying, like all this stuff. But she really is like a genuinely good person. And because of that, certain things tend to go her way. Not in a, just like people want to help her, and
yeah,
it helps with her journey in this town. I just hope, I'm trying to think, it's like a Hallmark movie meets FX. Hallmark and FX had a book, and this is it. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that is my but T. Kingfisher also just has a way of writing things that just make you think about social events or things going on, not even necessarily bad or anything. Just I don't know. I love her books. I love her writing. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it.
I feel like we both couldn't get it out, but it stuck with us. So
yes. I remember reading this and feeling really good after I read it, and still having that like, oh my God, what the F is gonna happen? Like,
I don't know if I felt good after I read mine. It was just more so I needed more context, and I think that's why I was kind of upset with the sister having the story, because I was like, we could have gotten more from Demon and Dream if the sister didn't have her romance story in there as well.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I don't like when they do that. Like,
literally the book is titled Demon's Dream, but half of the book is about Dream's sister and her love. And I'm like, who cares?
Do you think there's like pressure to like write longer books and that's why authors do that?
That's a solid question. I possibly. I feel like books have gotten longer as years have progressed, and I don't feel like all books need to be that long. Personally, for me, I think a good romance should be anywhere between 325 pages and 400 pages. That's just me.
I think when it comes more to like certain type of horror books, but definitely fantasy books, I can accept.
Yeah.
Because even a mystery thriller book, there's like so many twists and turns before we get tired of twisting and turning.
Right.
Like eventually we want it to end. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but no, you're right, because even look, Joe Hill, small, bigger, and then King Sorrow was over 700 pages. So, but I'm not talking smack because that was well written. Again, this is what I like. It all played when you have a group of main characters that there's like 6 of them. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But you start off with that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like for Demon's Dream, because you literally title it Demon, who is the male main character, and Dream, who is the female main character. Why the romance
didn't play, and the sisters' romance didn't play into any part of the.
It was more so the guy she fell in love with was a guy that Demon was friends with outside of the girl he grew up with. That was the only person he's ever considered a friend ever. Even he has a brother and he don't even consider his brother his friend. Like that guy was his friend. So I'm sure they did it that way because they would have.
But it could have been a novella.
But yeah, not even that. It could have been their own romance story. Like I feel like that's why I had to go back and read it so many times, because I felt like I had to compartmentalize their story, Demon and Dream story, and then I can't remember that girl's name, Demon's sister and her love story. Because I was like, why is this here? I don't care. So that was that. And it was their point of view. I don't like multi-point of views if it's more than two people, to me, especially in a romance. For what?
Look at that. I'm ended up talking about King Sorrow anyway. So in King Sorrow, there are like 16 main characters, but you only really hear from two point of views. Like, and it's not like crazy. You're all over the place trying to remember who you're reading.
Yeah.
Like, there's only two point of views. There's Arthur's and Lily's point of view, but through their point of view, you hear the other characters, what they think about what's going on and all that stuff in conversation, the way that he wrote it out.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. It gets
convoluted.
And especially if you have like a lot going on.
Yes, which they did, because he's
that
off
doesn't
killing
flow
people.
with the other.
Yeah, it was a lot. I would still say read it. It was just the way that it was hyped up.
What did you rate it?
3.75.
Yeah, it has a good rating.
Yeah.
No.
And I did mine off a Cowpile, so that has definitely helped me a lot, because like I realize I give a lot of my books emotional ratings, and then when I think back on it, I'm like,
I should start doing the Cowpile with all my books, because I had 4 5 stars this month. It was but you know what? Maybe that's me making up for not reading a romance book. I just spread the love instead. You get a 5-star and you get a 5-star. Anyway, so those 2 books and some of King Sorrow were our spotlight books for February. Let us know if you liked either one of them, or what was actually, don't even let us know what you thought about what we read. Let us know what your spotlight book for February was, because I read Colette's spotlight book for 2025 and loved it. So I'm interested. I want to know. I want more. Send it to us. We want to read them.
Yes.
Read them, or at least add them to our TBR.
Attempt.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. Yep, that. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really, truly appreciate you guys. We hope to see you guys next time. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to. Who am I to tell you what to do? And follow us on all socials, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Again, if you want to. I control no one except my children.
And Storygraph.
Oh, yeah, Storygraph. Yeah, because now we just have Storygraph. We love Storygraph. Anyways, we will see you guys next time. Bye.